I got it, and you gon' respect it. Ain't nothing gon' stop me from making it happen. So baby, if they ask it, tell them.
Hey guys, it's your girl FunSize here with another FunSize creation part 2. If this is your first time to my channel, please be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of my newest videos. If you want to see how I transform this end table, then stick around. First things first, you want to make sure to wipe down your project completely. You don't know where that project's been, plus you don't need any oil or residue that will remain on your project because your paint will not stick. You also want to take your screws and knobs out, and the little trick that I've learned is to keep them inside of the drawer so you can keep up with them. Now, if you're coming back and you've already watched part 1, then that is great. If you notice in part 1, I could not get my drawers out. There is actually nails going along the sides of the drawers, and in the back there is a hidden nail that I actually found, and it allowed me to take the drawer apart. Now, the reason you want your drawers to come out is because if you notice in the first video, it is a lot easier to actually paint your piece. You'll notice as the video progresses.
Damn, Missy Mari got
sander. We used the palm sander in part 1. I wanted to actually be able to show you the difference between an electrical sander and a palm sander. On the first project, I used the palm sander because I like to feel more in tune with my projects, whereas on the second end table, I decided to use the power sander. The power sander is your best friend. When I say it's your best friend, it's your best friend. It saves you a lot of time, whereas the palm sander, it actually, you're going to have a lot more that you got to put into it because it's not actually connected to an electrical socket, so you're going to need a lot more man strength. I'm on a time frame with this project, so I had to use the palm sander, but I wanted you guys to see the difference between the two. So this video is all about tips and tricks, and of course I have a trick for you. When you are actually trying to achieve this look during this project, there is actually a difference between the sandpapers that you were supposed to be using. They all go off of numbers. Between 80 and probably like 320 is the highest that I've saw. The higher the number, the softer it is. The lower the number, the more it will tear your wood. I like to normally start off with a 120 to 150 grit, and then as I go throughout the projects, I tend to go higher. In the beginning, which is our part 1, I actually use a spray paint called Paprika, which is the one that I'm using here, as you can see. You're going to repeat the same process to achieve the look for your second end table. Another tip is spray paint. Spray paint tends to get everywhere and it can get messy. You want to actually use the brown paper that I have on the ground or anything as a test to actually start off with spraying before you actually put it on your piece, to make sure it's the color that you like. Also, pay attention to the top video on how to add the paint on your project. So while you are waiting for that piece to dry, why not start sanding down your drawers? I tend to do that because I doesn't have to worry about how long I've been waiting for the paint to dry. Another thing is, if you're using the actual spray paint, you don't got really much time to worry about because spray paint dries pretty fast, which is another reason why I love to use it. Look how dirty that rag get when you wipe down everything. Now, to achieve this look, run and grab you some painter's tape. Painter's tape is going to help you from keeping the paint getting on parts that you do not want it to sneak onto. So to achieve that gold outline look that you see, that trim, I just blocked off the middle section, which is black, with the painter's tape. So it'll allow me to paint the gold trimming around the edge perfectly. Now, I let this be in actual real time so you can see exactly how much precision I do this with, because you want your lines to be sharp and crisp. And if you don't have them sharp and crisp, then, well, obviously you're going to have paint everywhere and it's not going to be exactly how you want it to look, and then you're going to be disappointed. And this was just a waste of time, now wasn't it? But it's not, because we're going to take our time with the painter's tape. Yes, yes. And then at the end, it's just going to end up magnificent. Check that out. That's how it should be. Now all you have to do is just spray paint your gold trimming. Now you know I got another trick for y'all, right? So one of the main things to achieve this look is two. And with the first project, I started off by doing the black first and then the gold. Bad idea. You want to do your edges first, tape off the inside, and then reveal your masterpiece, and then go on to the next step. Have patience in letting it dry, because if you peel that tape too early while it's still wet, although they say peel it while it's wet, trust me when I say it, just wait till it dries. Then you can begin to reveal your masterpiece. Now, the trick that I'm about to tell you is when you're using painter tape, they have painter tapes that are wider. I just used a thin band because that's what I had on hand. So, if you get the one that is wider, then this taping off will be a lot easier. Whereas with me, I had to take it off strip by strip due to me using a thin one. And voila, this is your masterpiece. Once you take your tape off, look how that gold trimming is just like, is it done? Is it ready? What's going on here? But your next step, you're just going to tape off the part that you did in gold. So now you're able to paint the black frame and the inside of the drawers. So once again, go back to being exact with the taping. Take your time.
Damn, Missy Mari got beats.
Y'all see my neighbor's son? Ain't he just adorable? But anyways, another tip and trick is when you are putting your painter tape down, you want to not fold it backwards right then and there when you lay it down. You want to wait till you're done actually taping everything and then just fold your ends back so it's covered properly. Now we can spray paint. And this is your beautiful end result. After that, you are going to just take your painter's tape off and reveal that gold strip that we did in the beginning. And boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look what you did. Look at that. If you are new to my channel, this is Mary Jane. She is literally in every video that I do. There is no video on my page that don't have her in it. She's like a part of all my projects. But as your end result, you want to reattach your drawers as they are now dry and can be reinserted into the end table. And you want to connect those nails back on the table that originally came out into the same spots that they were in, as well as your knobs. And then you can go from there to check out your masterpiece. Another fun trick, probably our last one for this video, your knobs. You can actually redo your knobs as well. You will just have to use a special brush that you can use to scrub them down. You can even probably use your sandpaper depending on the type of grit that you purchase. And you can actually redo your knobs. In a previous video that I did, I actually showed you guys how to change knobs on an end table. It's actually doable. So that is your new tip and trick. If you don't like those knobs that came with it, you can go to your local Walmart or Home Depot or Amazon and purchase some new knobs, or you can just redo the ones you have. And you now know all my tips and tricks for remodeling furniture. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe to my channel and thumbs up. You can actually purchase this piece at Etsy.com on my website. And I also want you guys to remember to learn to love yourself before learning to love anyone else. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one.